said today's episode was going to be the doors of victory. I've even made the thumbnail for that. Look, here it comes. Yep, you see, it is coming. However, my neighbours have just moved out and they've said, would I like to keep these two corner units for my garage, racking units? And I said, absolutely. This place is so crammed at the moment. I'm going to take the camera and show you guys in a minute just how packed in this garage is with equipment at the moment. So I could definitely do with putting some new racks. Ian is coming today, Mr. Blowfish. He's coming to help me. He's doing a little bit of gardening first thing, but he will be coming to help me sort my garage out. I'm going to see how much I can get done before he gets here. I've luckily got another garage next door. I'm going to move all of this into next door and then we're going to pack it all back in strategically, and hopefully it'll look really nice for the future videos and things like that. And I've noticed that some of you are actually starting to watch my channel as well, so I really appreciate the support, guys. Hopefully this won't be too boring. Just taking a little tour through the so-called messy garage. This part's not actually too bad, but yes, it's as you can see, becoming a little bit wild. Fortunately enough for me, this car is quite a good size because it doesn't take up the whole garage. This Austin can fit nearly anywhere really. When it's parked in a parking space, it's usually got like this much more to have. So we've got, yes, oh dear, lots of power issues to sort out obviously. I think more worryingly is that shelf. Oh dear. In fact, it's even pulling a sad face. I'm going to put some eyes on it. Oh, there, nice. Maybe a beard. And the nose. Mr. Sad beardly nose man. Oh dear. Yeah, I think, I don't know if that's necessarily going to go because it is quite strong, but this one certainly, I can't really give you a good zoom out at the moment. I'm amazed this hasn't actually fallen down willingly yet. So all of that's going to go. Corner unit's going to be put in here and over there. I'm hoping to get some of my red box tools further up. I'm going to cut down these two Conti board shelving units there, and hopefully have a couple of shelves to use that elsewhere as well, and then I can get all these boxes up on the rack, and that should give me a lot more space to work in. This here isn't actually a one of those expensive workshop things. It's merely just a sideboard that someone had given me from Facebook Marketplace, and I've put some caster wheels on so I can move it around the garage, but it should hopefully do quite a good job at being my workbench for this project. I don't get too precious with workbenches. I know if you're doing very important things with it, like I don't know, specialist joinery and things like that, but I'm sort of MIG welding, I'm body filling, I'm sort of making a great big mess really, so just a bit of MDF on a sideboard would be absolutely fine. So let's do some before and after pictures, and then I'll get cracking and I'll keep you updated on how this place is coming along. Okay, so do you ever get that feeling in your head when you've decided to do something you thought would be really easy, and then you suddenly realise how much work there is to be done? All of this has got to come out. And I'll just zoom in. There's a lot of stuff in here. Oh my lord. Oh well, let's crack on. So, welcome back. This is as far as I've got so far. As you can see, I've got 2 racks in place now, and I've just cut the first one of the copy board that goes across, so it's no longer sagging, as sad as it was. I'm just currently waiting for Ian to turn up. I'm hoping once he's here, I'll have his help to get everything sort of loaded back onto the racks and everything looking a bit more squared up. But I'll just give you a little preview. As you can see, it's right in the middle of the messy part. It's definitely better. This is not staying here, of course. This is going to be going. It might be going completely. I might put it over here. I don't quite know. However, Ian has called me and he said that he might have a seat that might sit between here. If he has, it would be amazing, because the amount of times I've needed to have a quick sit down in the middle of my projects and not been able to do so. So yeah, fingers crossed. He says it's 46 inches, and if we measure it, that's my tape measure. 46 inches. It will be very tight if it is. I'm a bit 50-50, will it fit or not? But if I can get a seat in there, that'll look fantastic. Good heavens. Look at the mess I've made. So this is where I'm currently storing all this stuff. This is garage number 2. Good God. What a mess. Can't wait for Ian to get here. I need help. Hello, Mr. Blowfish.
Hello.
It's the FBI.
Oh, you sound rough, sir. Something I haven't actually mentioned on this any of the episodes so far. Let's have a look at these blocks that my building is built from. Now, these are no ordinary blocks. They were delivered by who?
Chris Man.
Yeah. My whole house was actually probably delivered. Well, not a whole house, but a lot of the stuff from my house was probably delivered on my truck. And I had no idea that I was going to buy this house, but I can't think of any other truck it came on. The only thing is, this one here, see this sign here, Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I used this.
Yeah.
I can't get it off.
All the time.
Yeah. I mean, unless you have a way of getting them off, but I can't get that off, so it might just have to stay slightly hidden.
Oh, come on.
Yeah?
Get it out. Yeah. That's all right.
It's looking good though, isn't it?
Yeah. Bloody hell, dude.
Love it. Right, okay. So now that Ian's here, we are going to hopefully get everything where we kind of want it to go.
Sure.
We think so far, so we've got a nice rack. I could put all the parts of the cars in this one. What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah, we put the car parts in there. Like random stuff. We've got this tyre down here. I think that's for resting our cahoose. We've put all the paints back up here with a light underneath. Yeah, that should look pretty good. Maybe a few like WD-40 cans and things up there. Maybe Ian, maybe the pot could go here.
Yeah.
Go grab it. Let's find it. Now this was actually made by my grandma, who has sadly now passed away, which is why we have this flower pot. Yes. And people have wondered why I do have a watering can full of flowers in my garage. It's a bit random for a guy, but yes, we're keeping it, aren't we, Ian? Yep. This is a beautiful moment. Might need to blast out some of the dust from it though. Oh, right up there. And do you know what? Oh my goodness, I never thought about it. So many layers, look. It's the same colour as Chris's Garage Tinkering and Fixing. Do you know what? I nearly called the YouTube channel that. Do you know that? Yeah, but then I thought, nah. Don't know, maybe. One day it might convert to that, but yeah, my dad brought me that sign. It looks awesome. That is pretty cool. That works. Yeah. Yes, with all the paints underneath it. Lovely.
Yeah, that's good.
So we've got this one here. This is where I want to put all my power tools, like drills and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Sanders. Sadly, I can't get. Well, I might be able to get this out, but I might just leave that there. I'm going to leave this bit alone because if it's not broken, don't fix it. Yeah. And then I can have this. This is the unit that we sort of pull out. It's all on casters, so we can actually move this. Yeah, give it a brush down. And then at the moment we've got all the MIG welders, the MIG welder and the red box. And I'm thinking that this stuff could go possibly further over there. And I did think about dismantling this, but actually I think it could be good to keep this one.
You could just put it on some casters.
Yeah, because I mean the Austin's quite skinny, really, isn't it? And Ian's kindly brought these boxes. They're just like old fruit boxes. We're going to put the Austin parts in there as well. I think maybe keep all of this clear.
Yeah.
so that there's enough space to get the car in.
Yeah.
But I think because we've got these two enormous racks now, that should do so well. Oh my god, that sofa looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely spot on. Go on, test it out, Ian. Yes. I suspect he will reside here a lot. Right, let's get cracking. Hear that?
Hey.
Can you hear that? We're going to go for one last push for today.
Yep.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I can.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is going to be mental. I'm going to hang it on the thing.
Has to be.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's
gone floppy.
Tripod's a little lopsided.
Yeah.
Ian, come over and sit in the frame. I really like the new sofa. Because I feel we won't get much work done. How's that?
It's alright.
Boom.
Boom.
There you go. I bet it looks pretty good.
Friends!
Is my beer in the frame? It's orange juice.
It's orange juice. It's coloured.
Yeah, it's very nice orange juice.
Oh, it's alright.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is how we're getting on. This is where we're at so far. It's not looking bad, is it, Ian?
No, it's coming on slowly.
Sorry,
Slowly but surely.
yeah, slowly but surely. Yes, as you can see, we've got a cool sofa at the back. I was a bit of a skeptic, but actually, it's very, very nice. So yes, I've got my box of crazy chemicals, which Ian's going through at the moment. Handmade by me, by the way. There's the stands. Look, got a new Harley Davidson sign up there. Not that I've got a Harley anymore. I've got the grinder on the bench. Hoover fits underneath there nicely. My MIG welding mask, the two lights that hit both desks. This is the moving desk. We've decided to keep everything this side on wheels in case I need to bring a bigger vehicle in here. These can actually be moved, which I think is genius, Ian.
Brilliant.
You believe in that? Yes, that's quite a cool idea. But yeah, as for these racks, I mean, look how much stuff you can fit on them. I think I'm going to have to put another piece of plywood in.
Right.
I think I'm going to have to like double it up because I don't know if you can see that. Like, they almost like dip down, don't they? An Austin gearbox up there, look. But yeah, I've managed to get pretty much everything back in these racks. They just need a little organising now, don't they? Use for this. When they built me my house, we had a leftover cupboard, and we've discovered what it's for. What's it for, Reason? Go on, tell the viewers what it's for.
Flammable chemicals.
Flammable chemicals. So yeah, as you've seen, when we're using the MIG weld and the grind and stuff, there are sparks that fly all over the place. So we figured anything that's likely to set fire, white spirits and such will be inside here. How safe is that? And also, we have a fire extinguisher and a first aid kit for boo-boos. All of these here, these tubs of paint, are what we're going to be using on the Austin that we're painting. As you can see, I've cracked into some of them. These are just the primer, this oxy primer and some light grey primers. The rest of this is undercoats and clear lacquers. So far, these paints have been fantastic. I'm not using them for any other reason than they were sort of what I came across, recommended, and they seem to be performing very well, and they were very helpful on the telephone with me. So yeah, hopefully they'll look nice. But yeah, for now, they look pretty cool on the shelf, don't they, Ian?
Yep, excellent.
And I've got my bike photo down here. Is that Carl Fogarty? King Carl. Yes. Ian, that was quite possibly the biggest sneeze. I don't know if that got you in the frame then. I got ringing in my ears from that one, Ian. So, yes, I decided not to bin this one. I'm going to keep it because this one can move. However, I do need something to put my vice on. And, yeah, some of my other stuff that I need to staple down, like the grinding wheel. So we're going to be keeping this desk. So this one here belonged to my grandma. Sadly, she has passed away, and when she gave it to me because she had I had no furniture whatsoever, and she could spare it. I think I did the most damage with it with a fish tank that was oversized for the thing. And as you can see, its last legs were as a workshop bench, and it did a very good job. But I'm afraid it has done its time. In fact, it's probably borderline dangerous. So yeah, it's going to go. Do you want to show everybody what you've done to the plank?
I sprayed it black.
Yes. So, I'll just get you in a bit of light. You're very shaded there. Ooh, that's better. That's better. No, where's the plank? Here it is. So I don't know if you were watching last time. Ian came up with a horrible idea that if I can't hit 50 subscribers, I'm being optimistic, aren't I? Because at the moment I've currently got 24.
Cool.
That's 3 more than last week. So if we keep going at this rate, there's a good chance I'll have to walk this. But yes, Ian's painted it black now. Look, it looks very cool and very piratey, doesn't it? Yes. He's going to make me walk this. I think what we need to do though, Ian, I think we need to get some spray paint and stencil the man's garage across it.
Yeah.
I think that would look very cool.
Yeah.
And I think there should be a tally or the names of all the poor souls that have had to walk this plank. I think my name's quite likely going to be the first one, but there's a chance that the algorithm will find me. Ian, do you think?
Yeah.
That's it. Like and subscribe. What have you got there, Ian?
I've got Florida.
All of it. Yeah, nice.
That's the license, like our tax disc.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, you've got
And
loads
you
of
can
it. You've got
even
loads.
have your own personal number plate in America.
So you don't have to have silly numbers.
You can have anything. Yeah.
See, I could see the point in that if it was like that in this country.
Yeah.
So where do you reckon? We need to find a place for them. We're running out of wall space here.
This side?
This side.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Sure.
And I think eventually our emblem will go here.
Yeah.
That's going to be a future video.
Yeah.
Do you need some glue?
No, just a couple of screws. Very small ones.
What door?
That door. Or shall we just put dangerous chemicals? You know,
Yeah, get one of those stickers with dangerous chemicals.
Yeah, bigger the better.
Very, very professional, very medical. Yes. I mean, my personal favourite for this garage is this one here. That looks fantastic. Yeah, the Indian motorcycle one. It's a real shame that one's now tucked in a bit there, but who cares?
That's what I was saying.
I've got my favourite fuel up here, and I'm sorry, guys,
No.
if you're putting fuel in the vehicle,
No, not Shell.
you're joking.
Not Shell. BP.
No.
BP. I've always had BP.
Right, we are going to have...
Disgusting.
We are going to sit on this sofa and have an hour debate about how you're wrong. Although I shouldn't argue with the FBI, should I? I like your FBI hat. Federal booby inspector. Very rude. He's cleaned my MIG welding helmet. That is really cool though, isn't it? Wow.
Cool. Right.
Oh, I love. What's this?
What's that?
Is that a bottle opener?
That's a bottle.
Oh my God, he's got a bottle opener. Yes. Yes, we should put this here.
Here.
Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Put that there.
Well, what's on the other ones then here?
Florida. Well, I don't know where that is. That's Canada, I think.
Canada.
America
America.
and Calgary.
Calgary, where the hell that
That
is.
is in. It's a good skiing resort. Calgary.
Well, in case you're watching, hello. Nice to meet you. Yeah, cool. So straight into the brick and just hoping for the best.
I probably haven't got the power.
So Ian has found some photos, which he had made. What do we got here then, Ian?
Got my Mercedes SLK.
So yes, Ian went
AMG.
crazy, brought this. It was really nice, man. We
And
will
my
see if we
friend-
can get some better photos of
Yeah.
it, because obviously this is just off a canvas, but we literally detailed it beyond the earth.
Recognition.
Because you thought you brought it clean, didn't you?
I thought I bought it really
Yeah.
clean.
When he came home with it, by the way, I am actually a professional detailer sometimes, and I went, "Oh no, it's dirty." He went, "What do you mean it's dirty?" So we detailed it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it came out ridiculous. In fact, that has got to be one of the best detailing jobs I've ever done. And I've worked on some very nice cars, haven't I? And this one came out so nice. And what's the next one we've got here? The gets 1,000.
Widowmaker.
I was very lucky to own this for a while. And it's quite nice that you've got these two canvases, because we both loved these, but we got rid of them for whatever reason. Ian found it, he needed a more practical truck. I found that this thing wanted to kill me too much.
It's called a Widowmaker.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was lovely, but I felt a lot of the time my wrists were hurting and I was very uncomfortable. So I do still have a sports bike, but it's a little bit more comfy for me to ride. But it was an absolute pleasure to ride that one. That was a lovely bike.
And from Reading as well, when you bought
Yeah,
it.
the first time I ever brought it, 1000cc, I've gone straight out into 3 lines of traffic. Yeah, I was booing myself a little bit, wasn't I? I love Carl Fogarty behind you. Hello, mate. Right, Ian has found a place for it. I quite like this place. He's going to put it on the side of this new highly flammable shelf. What are you going to use? You use the screws? Yeah. Bit of blobbing. Oh, yes. It's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Now we're going to get the A30 into the garage.
Yes, just bring her back home. Let's see how she fits. Fits back in here. And I think what we should do, I think we need starting as well, because one of my rules is to keep my cars started and running. Ian. When was the last time you ran your MG?
Ages ago.
Ages ago. Guys, look, if you've got vintage cars out there, the engines don't like to be stood still for too long. So yeah, I try to start mine at least once, twice a week, if I can. So we're going to start up Holly. Do you think it will start first time?
Probably
not. It's quite cold.
Yeah.
Let's get her in. So this is what we've arrived at. Look at those two bad boys and the sofa sitting down there. Oh my god, this place looks so cool. Yes, very orderly. Bench number 1, my grinder, spanner set, all of my other tools, some power, my grinders, both lights angle poised down very nicely. This one can be moved, it's on casters. And there you go, both racks in. So much better. I have got to sort all these out. Obviously I've got to go through everything, make sure everything's okay, but I think you'd agree that everything fits rather nicely, and the fact that we have a sofa in here to come chill out on. Me and Ian actually just got this place kind of ready to talk to you, really. We want to tell you some of the up and coming things that we're planning to do on this car, the colour scheme, all those sort of things, so that we don't have to do them in other episodes. We can just get on with it without too much chit chat. But yeah, mate, I'm going to grab myself a bevy and we will have a talk to you. See you in a bit. I can edit anything out, but not this. Wet Willy! Sorry, that's great. Okay, so we decided to finally take a sit down. And all the time that this is kind of a consolidation episode about us preparing for the future, I would kind of fill in some of the blanks in case you have been watching any of the other episodes and wondering why someone like me owns an Austin A30 for a start, why I've chosen the colour scheme and all the paints that I'm putting on it, and why I'm filming it for YouTube. Because it's kind of random. And by the way, guys, this is my first ever YouTube channel. I'm a guitarist. I've often thought about putting stuff on YouTube for that. Why I've come to do one about Austin A30 rebuilds is beyond me, but I don't know. It just so flows natural for me to talk about vehicles. It's definitely something I've always been. I've always been a petrol head. Definitely always been a petrol head. Not just the Austin. We've both got motorbikes, haven't we?
Yes. Sadly.
I also own 2 boats with Ian. Yes, which I probably will be walking the plank from one of those at some point. Actually, Ian did own half of the A30, didn't he? In the end, I've done a deal, so I own complete ownership of it. And I think that's because up till now, I don't think Ian really knew why I was going so crazy on the Austin and really overdoing it. He had his own vintage car, haven't you? You've got an MG midget, and it just kind of made sense. Ian was very kind and sort of came half in on the first purchase of this Austin, but you still definitely love and care for it, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
And it turned out that I had a lot more ownership over the boat than he did, so it kind of made sense to sort of give you half the boat, and I'll take full ownership of the Austin, and that way we've got a vintage car each, isn't it? Yeah. But it's certainly a car you still love, don't you? We've had a lot of good memories in the Austin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So how did it come about that we brought an Austin? Sorry, I'm like a politician. I get asked a question and you don't answer it. Right, so the story goes, for the last 15 years, Yeah, 15 years. I've been going to my uncle's every summer to a family barbecue and seeing my uncle's old Austin A30 crumble away down in the distance into the rubble. Now, that's not his fault. He had a stroke. He brought the car with all intention to do a lot of work on it. I will actually bring up a photo right now. Here you go. Have a look. Yes. Yes. Not good, is it?
Not good.
No. Now we actually went down there, didn't we? We went down there like Finley.
Not last year, year before, wasn't it?
Crikey, no. Do you believe it? It's actually about 5 years ago now.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
oh my God.
about 5 years ago now. And
I can
well,
check up
think
on
about
that.
how long we've owned this for.
Yeah.
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 So we went down there to have a look at this car, and quite rightfully, two of my uncles came down as I was sort of looking at the bonnet, see what I can do about this thing, and they said, "Chris, look, you're not prepared for this. You need to let this to the professionals," basically, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do you remember them saying that?
Yeah.
No, and they weren't wrong. You know, it's not one of those kind of projects where you were just gonna give it a clean off and a crank over the engine and some WD-40. Obviously, it needs a lot more help than that. So I came up with a plan. My plan was to get an Austin A30 that was working. I don't know why. I just think they look fantastic. They're cool looking, kind of like a Mini, but not, because I just feel like everybody's got a Mini. So they're quite, you know, don't get me wrong, love the Mini to pieces, but in terms of it being unique, I don't know, there's something kind of comical and funny and a bit of a gimmick to having an Austin A30. So we brought one of those. We found this one on Facebook Marketplace, didn't we?
That's it.
There was a bit of a story behind it. I won't go into too much detail, but basically, I left him the deposit. We went to see the car, didn't we?
That's right. Yeah.
And then he disappeared off of Facebook. But anyway, to cut a long story short, we got up to Haywards Heath and picked this car up eventually. To his surprise, he wasn't expecting us for another day. He just said, "Look, I didn't realise that I'd removed myself from the internet. Of course, you guys could take this car." And we went away with it, didn't we?
Yep.
I thought it would be an absolute dog. I must admit, I really did.
But
because he showed it running, didn't he?
Yeah.
But I was a real sceptic. But since I'd say over the last 4 or 5 years of owning this car, it has run
perfect.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, for a 70-year-old car, it is 70.
70.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, sometimes you needed to clean the spark plugs off and things. But yeah, we've been to Wales in this thing.
Wales,
haven't we?
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, for the last 2 or 3 years, I've been trying to move house. I didn't really have anywhere to sort of start to do it up or anything like that. I just kind of did as much as I could under the boot, really, didn't I?
Yep.
We did have some attempts at painting bits and bobs on it.
Yep.
And Ian, you'll be more witness to this. Even though some of the photos might say a different story, how bad was the paintwork on this car?
It was done with a 4-inch roller.
Yeah, and maybe a pork pie in the other hand. Do you know, or a
pie.
pint. Yeah, this guy literally just must have just been dunking this thing in
But
some
it did
hammerite.
its job.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, not disputing. I mean, I know a lot of people paint their cars with hammerite, but it had been done to a standard that has always bugged me. I could just see the brush marks in it. And originally, when I started to, start with the idea of painting it, I thought maybe go with what it is and get some more hammerite. So I did actually try painting a bit of it with some hammerite green, didn't
That's
I?
right, yeah.
In fact, you've got some here. There it is, look. Some hammerite green. And after doing a few blobs of it, blobbing, it just didn't look any better, did it? No. So I decided to go down the avenue of at least sanding the car off a bit. And as well, what were you, a year down the line now, and my car still isn't done. And I think I'm probably not the first person to say this, but once you start a restoration project, you start going down the rabbit hole a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very much what I've done. So yeah, we're at a point now where I'm trying to fight two demons. Now, I had a comment from someone on YouTube, had commented about my channel and had said, how nice it was to see someone doing a restoration project in their garage, a humble garage where there's no kind of lies and it's not being funded by by a lot of things. This is just my own hobbyist garage that is doing this, okay? And I don't have fancy tools. I don't have thousands of pounds of tools. Even my MIG welder that I was brought for £200 on Facebook. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really am running this restoration on a budget. So he said it's quite nice to see someone doing this to the best of their abilities from home. Yeah, and that's kind of the target audience that I'm trying to achieve, is to get, you know, gather some people that have brought a car, maybe surrendered it because they couldn't do it up, or they've broken it down so much, you know, because to restore a proper car you have to take all of the wheels off and all the engine out and get it go dipped and all this sort of stuff. Don't get me wrong, that's probably what I'm probably meant to be doing on this. However, I can't afford for this car to be up on a rack.
It's got to be used.
You know what I mean? You're talking about a 10 year
project,
if you were going to do it with my budget. So my aim is to make this a roadworthy vehicle, road safe.
Road safe.
Because although it's not, in case you didn't know this, if you have a vintage car, it doesn't require an MOT. However, it does have to be roadworthy. So I am going to make sure that the chassis is safe. I'm going to make sure that the floor is welded properly, engines running properly, brakes are running properly, and such and such. But in terms of the paint job and the interior, I'm going to be doing it all myself and to the best of my abilities. Now, this car was generated 70 years ago.
Yep.
Back then, I don't think they would have had the best equipment in the world. No. Don't get me wrong, they would have had a strategy. So I think I probably almost certainly will get away with coach painting in some form. Now, my plan originally was to do it with a hand brush. Don't know if I'm going to go down that road or not.
Yeah.
I've dabbled with some experiments. maybe I've not tried out the right methods or used the right APIs, thinners and such. I think I probably will go with some sort of spray gun. Because as you can see with the primer, it's gone in really nicely, hasn't it?
With a cheap spray gun.
And in terms of ease, I think if we can spray the coat of paint on, then it will just be easier and it will get a more even coverage throughout. Don't you not think?
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope it's not been too much of a boring episode. We just wanted to get the garage sorted, ready for the Christmas period. I've got 11 days off, which of course some of that I will be spending doing some Christmassy bits, and probably walking the plank because of these reasons. Can I show the clips again? Ian's insisting I walk the plank because of this. And this.
And back.
Hey, that's not nice. In the next video, I promise it will be the Doors of Victory. Doors of Victory episode. We were going to be getting the primer coats on to those doors, and then after that we'll be into the floors, and then we have got some horrible footage to show you of what we've discovered in the floor of this car. But we'll leave that for another time, I think.
Yeah.
For now, hope you're having a nice run up to Christmas. And if you're joining us for the first time today, congratulations. Please like and subscribe. Cheers, Ian. Thank you for coming and helping me do my garage.
Cheers.
Now get drinking. Next time, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
See you later.